Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Alright, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to EPL Fantasy Tips here on YouTube. I'm your host, Simon Barraclough. Today I will be going over the forward positions. Yesterday I went over the midfielders, and the previous day I did the defenders, and of course, who could forget the goalkeeper video, where I discussed the two keepers for my squad. Anyway, today let's get on with the forward positions. I've selected 3. I'll go over them one by one and bring on the pitch here. Back in the corner. Alright, so I've I've put the 3 forwards behind the speckly dust. Yes, and there's one defender that I've changed, and you can see that I've blocked out the middle defender. I will discuss why I've done so at the end of this video, and after this video is released I will go over my squad that I will put on the pitch and the 3 players that I will bench along with the goalkeeper. Alright. So, first player, Jesus. Yes, unfortunately I've jumped on the bandwagon for this one. I typically don't select players that have over 60% teams selected by, but in this case I'm just jumping on the bandwagon. I think that Jesus is going to have an outstanding season with Arsenal. He's likely to play every game. When he was with Man City, he usually would play half the games, and unfortunately couldn't live up to his full potential, but I think with Arsenal he will. And I think most people are thinking the same thing. But anyway, if he keeps his point production consistent like he did last season, and he plays a full schedule, he could potentially have maybe 200 points or more, possibly. Alright, next pick, Ivan Toney from Brentford. He played fairly well last season. Not as good as he did before his team got promoted, but I think in this season he could have potentially more points because he's becoming more comfortable in the Premiership. And well, anyway, yes, team selected by 5.5, that's low, I like that. Let's have a look at his fixtures. Quite an easy schedule to begin. Leicester at the beginning. You might want to still have him on the pitch, it's up to you. He's a striker, so if Leicester scores against Brentford, it won't affect his score totals. And yeah, it's very nice. They're all in the green for a good chunk of the half of the season there. So Ivan Toney, second pick, and my last pick here, Darwin Nunez. Nunez, he has very good pre-season, so that's looking good for him and for Liverpool as well. And there's no data on his previous seasons, but in his former club he put up very significant points. So if you want to look at his totals, I'd recommend going to whoscored.com, and it'll show you the points that he put up last season. So Nunez, he's done very well in pre-season, by the way. So I just wanted to reiterate that because it's important. Alright, so those are my 3 forward picks, and I will go to the last mystery defender that I have changed, and I will discuss why I have done so. So instead of Alonso, I've put in James because I've read some information about Alonso, and it doesn't look so good for him. He might be transferred to another team, perhaps. There have been some inquiries. So James is a shoe-in. I know he has several people who have selected him, but he's still under 50%. So he's going to play, and he did very well last season for Chelsea, and Chelsea's schedule looks quite good too. Lots of green on the board, that's what you want to see. For Liverpool, you could still have him in there. He may score there too, or slot him in on the bench for another player. Alright, so there's James and the full squad you can see there. In the next video I will outline who I have on the pitch and who I've selected to be on the bench for the first game week. Alright, see you on the next one.